In the last few weeks, we've looked at sparking curiosity and engaging students through exploration and discovery. You may have tried out some of the activities that I've suggested, and we've been giving students a little bit more independence each week. Now it's time to push them to grow a little more, to increase the amount of independence they have and encourage them to take responsibility for their learning. In this week's video, I want to talk about having a growth mindset. Your students may be used to more traditional classrooms. These tend to be very structured and don't allow students much freedom to try things out or to experiment or to make mistakes. If your students are not used to making mistakes, they will struggle when you give them more freedom, and they inevitably do make mistakes, or they make bad decisions, or they get things wrong. When they come up against a problem, they may get stuck and not really know how to proceed. So this is where a growth mindset comes in. So today's keyword is grow. A growth mindset, a concept pioneered by psychologist Carol Dweck, emphasizes the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. In this video, we'll explore practical strategies and activities to cultivate a growth mindset among our students, empowering them to embrace challenges in the classroom and persist when they encounter setbacks. It's important to start by modeling a growth mindset ourselves. Firstly, we need to promote effort and persistence. Encourage students to focus on their efforts rather than solely on the outcomes of these efforts. We need to praise their hard work, praise their resilience when things go wrong, and their dedication to learning, regardless of the results, particularly with assessment. And we should also embrace challenges. We need to create a classroom culture where challenges are seen as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. Encourage students to take risks and try new things and learn from their mistakes. We can do this by providing constructive feedback. Try to offer specific feedback, constructive feedback that highlights where students can improve and which encourages them to see this feedback as a tool to help them continue learning. We can also teach the power of yet. So emphasize the word yet when you're having conversations with students. For example, instead of saying, "I can't do this," encourage your students to say, "I can't do this yet," because this gives them a sense of possibility and potential for growth and improvement. And of course, we need to model these things with our own behaviour in the classroom. We can also give students strategies for working on things that they struggle with. So where we help them break it down, maybe there's something that they can do to practice the thing that they're struggling with. We can discuss with them what they can do, how often they can do it, when they can do it. For example, if a student struggles with spelling, you could have them make a little word box with cards for the words that they find difficult. And maybe you can set aside 5 minutes each lesson for them to look at the words in the box, maybe play games with them and see how many they can get right. Milestones also help foster a sense of progress. So you could create some kind of progress tracker that shows students visually how they are developing and improving. Or you could have a progress jar where students write positive things they've accomplished each lesson on little bits of paper, which they then place in the jar. Every month or term, depending on how many lessons you have, you could empty the jar and read the messages. You can invite students just to take the messages out and read them. and they can be anonymous, but this creates a positive atmosphere and a sense of progress for learners as they see how they have managed to overcome the obstacles and advance towards their goals. Today's activity is all about trolls. Our inner troll is a voice inside our head that tells us negative things like you can't do it or that's a stupid idea. Some things that trolls might say in the classroom are, this is too difficult, I can't do this, I can't draw, I can't speak English, I always get this wrong, everybody else knows more than me. And we can teach our students about these trolls and how to recognize the troll's thoughts. So explain that when they have a negative thought, it's the troll speaking and it probably isn't true. You could even set up a display, or you could bring in a troll doll. I wish I had one to show you, but I don't. My sister had one when we were growing up, but I don't think she's got it anymore. Now we live in different countries. But you could have the troll somewhere in the classroom, and when a student hears their troll during a lesson in their head, they could go and maybe turn the troll around or hide it under a cover, put it in a box. You could even have troll bashing sessions, but with no violence, please. We don't really want to bash the troll. But we can invite students to share the things that the troll has said. Perhaps they could write them on a piece of paper and scrunch it up and throw it in the bin. Or for a more positive activity, you could turn the whole thing on its head and have a show the troll session where students show the troll what they have achieved despite the troll's best efforts to stop them from accomplishing their goals. In any case, teaching students about their inner troll can be a fun activity. You could have them draw a picture of their troll and give it a name. Each week you could invite students to tell their troll what they have learnt, and that really helps the trolls keep quiet. My tip for this week is actually an activity that I heard about from Emily Bryson. As well as their troll, Emily tells her students about their inner angel. The angel, or it could be a fairy or some other type of mythical creature, shares words of encouragement and positivity. So it's the opposite of the troll. Again, you could have a jar or a display where students add messages. They could write positive messages to themselves or to their classmates. So what do you hear from most? Your inner troll or your inner angel? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next week.